This is not the first time this is happening, that Nigerians have been targeted in South Africa. So saying now, that is just on the basis of illegal migrants, I don't, as a Nigerian, I feel somehow, because it's not the first time we've been targeted. You remember the xenophobic attacks that happened?
There's no xenophobia in South Africa.
Please, today's date is what? 11 August. Please, this is Nigeria Embassy House, yeah? And today's date is 11 August. These are the remains of the 34 people who have been sleeping outside the embassy gate for the past 2 months. And the commission has been giving us promises that they are going to take care of us.
Nigerians, welcome back to South Africa. Bear it in mind that last week I posted a video of Zimbabweans using a bushy road to get back into South Africa, and Malawians as well, while we are out here dragging South Africans. South Africans, be at alert, okay? Okay, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Lillian here, just in case you are new here. My OGs, thank you for returning. I will appreciate a like, a subscription, and of course, the comments. The comments belongs to you. Fellow Africans, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you good? So, I don't know who else is aware that as we speak, our brothers and sisters from Nigeria are sleeping outside the Nigerian embassy in South Africa under the code. Outside their embassy. But what if I tell you that as we speak, our fellow Nigerians, my fellow Nigerians, are applying to go back to South Africa? What will you say while we are out here claiming South Africans are xenophobic? What if I tell you that the South African embassy in Abuja, Nigeria is crowded with Nigerians queuing up to get visas to go back to South Africa? Oh my God, I just want to bless God that I stood out. When everybody wanted to please everybody, I stood out because, come on, nobody fights to stay in a xenophobic. I stood out because I could see the lies. I could see how much effort people were putting into lying against South Africans. Just because they ask you to go, just for asking people that do not have the right documents to be in the country to go. I saw how everyone was throwing tantrum on her. I knew that the reason people were that pain, the reason people were doing whatever it takes to dent the image of South Africans, it was because they loved it there. It is because South Africans are nice people. Even though they came out on the media to describe South Africans to be like the cousin to the devil, I know that was a lie. Anyway, let us get into the video. I think let us begin this video by the video of Nigerians sleeping outside the South African embassy in Pretoria, South Africa.
Please, this is Nigerian embassy. Please, today's date is what? 11 August. Please, this is Nigeria Embassy House, yeah? And today's date is 11 August. These are the remains of the 34 people who have been sleeping outside the embassy gate for the past 2 months. And the commission has been giving us promises that they are going to take care of us, and of which we patiently have been waiting. We have been waiting for the past 2 months till last night when they came, and finally they ended up in fetching some of us and left most of all these people you see here now behind. And we are just doing this video not to create problem or to harm anyone, but rather we are just doing this video to notify the public and the government and all the people that are concerned, especially the commission. We are appealing to our president Ahmed Tinubu and all the government officials who are in charge of this great commission, Nigerian embassy. We are asking that the government should come to our aid. We are asking that the government should come to our aid. All these people you are seeing, please, can we see your face? Because end of the day, they know us all. They know us all. They know us all. So we are appealing to the government. We are appealing to the commission. We are appealing to all that are concerned, the good Samaritans, people who can help us. Let them not forsake us here. Let them not forsake us. We are pleading. We are pleading. We are royal to whatever situation or condition they give us, provided that you people will take us home safely. Please, you people must not punish us because of this video, because we are scared, and that's why we are doing this under this rain. As you can see, it's raining on us. We have no place to stay, and the commission did not give us accommodation. You can see this early morning, it's raining all over, and we have been pushed out of the embassy house without any shelter. Please, we are just looking for help. We are just looking for help. We are just looking for help. Thanks, and may God bless you for all who may be concerned and are willing to help and can help us.
I think there's something between South Africa and Nigeria that they are not telling the rest of us in this continent. Despite the recent xenophobic attacks against Nigerians in South Africa, a senior South African diplomat says the number of Nigerians applying for South African visas has almost doubled in recent months. South Africa's Consul General in Nigeria, Professor Bobby, made the claim recently while discussing the relationship between the two countries. And this is where I think the story gets interesting. A few weeks ago, hundreds of Nigerians were evacuated from South Africa because of xenophobic violence. We also saw Nigerians on social media calling for a boycott of South African businesses and pushing back against Tyler's planned concert in Nigeria. Even their lawmakers calling for retaliation, citing concerns about xenophobia. Yet, according to the South African diplomat, more Nigerians are now applying to travel to the same South Africa. But before jumping to conclusions, we need to note that there are no publicly available official statistics proving that visa applications increased by exactly 100%. The diplomat said applications had almost doubled, but the specific figures and the period being compared have not been publicly provided. So the real question is, why are Nigerians still increasingly interested in traveling to South Africa despite the xenophobic attacks? Is it business, tourism, education, employment, or something else? Because honestly, on the surface, this doesn't seem to make much sense to me. So Nigerians and South Africans, please come forward. Tell us what we don't know.
This is not the first time this is happening, that Nigerians have been targeted in South Africa. So saying now, that is just on the basis of illegal migrants, I don't, as a Nigerian, I feel somehow, because it's not the first time we've been targeted. You remember the xenophobic attacks that happened?
There's no xenophobia in South Africa.
So the ones that happened before was?
It's not xenophobia.
It was.
I will not call it a name now, but it is not xenophobia. You will recall that. I don't want to remind you of what happened in Nigeria in 1986. In 1963, 1983, 1989, as well as Ghana with Ghana Must Go. I don't want to go there as well.
But there was no sense of us hating on them, for being prosperous. We only said they should go back to their country because, we wanted better economy for ourselves. I understand that. But this looks like, I'm sorry to cut you short, this looks like it is coming off the back of that. And that's where our concerns as Nigerians are.
Yeah, no, your concerns are genuine. But as government, we condemn abuse of any individuals, whether South African or foreigner. Even if you are illegal, whether you are legal or illegal, you have a right, according to the South African Constitution, for protection. So South Africans are raising genuine issues of unemployment, inequality, and poverty. But for them to raise them in a violent manner, it's something that government rejects. But the point I'm saying is that the nomenclature xenophobia has become synonymous with South Africa. If it happens in other countries, like it's happening in Ghana now, it is not given the name xenophobia. It's called something else, whether misunderstanding, diplomatic downfall, or something like that. It is not called xenophobia. So this is a nomenclature created probably by media in order to sow divisions between the two countries. And the unfortunate part is that we have fallen into that trap and we follow that narrative rather than correcting it and working together in order to demystify the stigma attached to the notion that South Africans are xenophobic. South Africans are not xenophobic, otherwise you would not be having the number of migrants that are there in South Africa now. South Africa is host to the highest number of migrants in Africa, both legal and illegal, and our government has always been tolerant and giving provisions for extension of visas, extension of permits to this, but nobody talks about that.
Report have it that despite the crackdown on foreigners in South Africa, that the number of Nigerians that are applying to go to South Africa have doubled over the past few months. I go lie for you. I go lie for you. So the full story, I'll tell you the full story. Visit Abulo Backup. You see the full story and the reason why the increase in the application. Visit Abulo Backup, you will see it. That despite the crackdown, Nigerians applying to visit South Africa have doubled. Those I didn't tell you. Go to Abulo Backup. You hear the full story.
Like I've always said, that people will paint you black just for saying no. You know, I come from a country where a man can beat you up. A man who can beat you up as a woman, not because you've done anything wrong, just because this man asked you for a relationship and you said no, you are not interested, or you are not into men, or that you do not want him. It's not like you've taken gifts from him, or you've not done anything wrong. You know, if you have taken gifts from a man, it would be like, okay, beating you because of how much money he have spent on you, or because you deceived him to spend money on you. Collected nothing from that man. He just hate the fact that you rejected him. You said no. That is how bitter some people are. That is how bitter some people are. Because South Africans said, if you do not have the required documents to be in South Africa or to remain in South Africa, go back to your country. We want to sort out the corruption. Now, South Africans did not blame the immigrants. South Africans did not say, because you have broken the immigration laws, we are sending you to prison. All they said is, we have forgiven you. Even though you have broken our immigration laws, we still forgive you because, of course, you are our brothers. But you know what? If you want to continue living here, you have to go and then come back. Tell us at the embassies across the continent what you are coming to do in South Africa. There's space for you. You'll be allowed in. That way, you will have your biometrics in the database, so that if there's a problem in the country, we'll be able to figure out who did it. That is all. But fellow Africans said, because of that, they are going to call South Africans all sort of name and even make a song for them. Oh, South Africans, shame on us. Just because South Africans said that to their fellow Africans, they became the shame of the continent. Oh, South Africans, shame on you. You disgrace yourself. Hey, so now that now that Nigerians are queuing up at the embassy to go back to South Africa, what should we say to South Africans? And South Africans, I hope you took note of how ungrateful your fellow Africans were to you. I hope you know they are not grateful. They are ungrateful. See how they rewarded you. So the same xenophobic country is the same country people are queuing up to go back to. She asked a question. She wants me to explain. She was asking, who can explain this? What are you saying, my sister? Why would the consulate come out to lie? It is true. It is true. Nigerians are queuing up to go back to South Africa, the same xenophobic country. I said it that it is difficult to be African, but it is harder to be South African. In public, people paint you bad. People want others to avoid you. But low-key, they love you so much, like they cannot afford to lose you. They want to be in your life. So failure to allow them continue to be in your life with their toxic behavior, they would go out there, recruit people to hate on you just because you want them to do the right thing or because you ask them to go. And if you're a South African, I will use this opportunity to tell you to not sleep. They just want everywhere to be calm. Now, we are talking about Nigerians, so that is because we Nigerians love to talk. Other countries will never talk about theirs, but low-key, their citizens might be coming back to South Africa. Make sure that everyone in South Africa is documented. Otherwise, few years from now, you're still going to come back here again to talk about the same thing. And do I have a problem with that? No, I don't. But I feel like you should do it now and put an end to it and save yourself the stress later. Anyway, Nigerians, welcome back to South Africa. Bear it in mind that last week I posted a video of Zimbabweans using a bushy road to get back into South Africa, and Malawians as well, while we are out here dragging South Africans. South Africans, be at alert, okay? Just be normal. Don't be extra anymore to your fellow Africans, because it's not like they care. The only time they love you, the only time they claim to be your brother is when it's beneficial to them. If it's no longer beneficial, you are xenophobic. So have that in mind, okay? Now, am I saying you should be hostile? No, I'm not. But just be nice. But remember where to draw the curtain, okay? Thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.